Welcome to the Live More, Leave Your Mark Total Retirement Game Plan YouTube channel. We've been getting this question quite a bit lately, and it is, should I carry my mortgage into retirement or should I have my mortgage paid off? What's the American dream? The American dream is to own your home outright, not make any more payments on it, and go into retirement without having to worry about that. Is that what everybody should do? That's what we're going to dig into today. What are the key things to consider with this decision and hopefully provide some clarity. Now, first things first, why would having your mortgage paid off be appealing? Well, duh, Terence. It means I don't have an expense I need to worry about. It means that in retirement, if I am living on a fixed income, that I don't have to be concerned about, paying that mortgage and worrying about those things. Obviously, everybody would love to have their home paid off, and I get why it would be appealing. Another reason, right, is you're going to save on any interest costs. Obviously, holding a mortgage means you're paying interest on that, and that can be stressful for some people. Some people want the peace of mind of not having to make that payment and pay interest on it. The last reason it's appealing is it gives you peace of mind. You can sleep well at night. Everybody loves being debt-free, right? It's a great feeling, those that have accomplished that. It's wonderful not knowing that you need to pay anybody anything and you can do what you want to do without having that looming over your head. When might you want to keep that mortgage going into retirement? Some people may have started saving for retirement later in the game, and they really need to catch up on some of those savings. So they need to divert retirement savings and build up those assets, right? Trying to do it in a tax-free and efficient way. So if we're trying to catch up on retirement savings, it may not make sense to have a home paid off. Others like knowing they have a certain amount of cash in reserves to know that if there's a rainy day event that comes up, they've got the cash on hand to be able to pay that. Obviously, if you need to take cash to pay off your mortgage, it reduces your liquidity, right? And some people don't want that. So if it's going to reduce a bunch of the liquidity that we have, it may not make sense. I think another thing to consider is, where are the funds coming from to pay off the mortgage? I'll be honest, our team just did an analysis for somebody not long ago where the funds they wanted to use to pay off the mortgage were going to need to come from their retirement accounts. So you all know, obviously, if you pull money out of retirement accounts that has not been taxed yet, guess what it incurs? It's going to incur taxes. So in this particular situation, the tax consequence of pulling from a retirement account was way higher, had way more impact negatively long-term than keeping the mortgage. So everybody's situation is going to be different, but where are the funds coming from is going to be a big consideration on whether or not you should maintain that mortgage or pay it off. And in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, but maybe one of the most important determinations on whether you should pay your mortgage off or not is, what is the interest rate? Now, if you are one of the ones that was lucky, timing was right, for whatever reason, you bought a home or you refinanced when those interest rates were really, really low, we've seen interest rates go up over the last 4 or 5 years, where interest rates today are a little bit higher. If you have a mortgage with a reasonable lower interest rate, one of the things you got to consider is, can I get a higher yield on my investments than what I'm paying on the mortgage? So for instance, let's say you're somebody who has a 2.7% mortgage rate, right? In my situation, my personal opinion, I believe over a 10 and 20 year period, my portfolio is going to outperform that 2.7% interest rate. So I'm very comfortable in that situation, investing for the long term, creating what we call positive arbitrage, meaning my money's earning more money than the debt I'm paying on the home. So what the interest rate is and what you can earn long term is going to be another determining factor on whether or not you want to carry a mortgage into retirement. So kind of here in review, some final thoughts. Whether or not you should carry a mortgage into retirement is going to be a personal decision, right? It's going to depend on your goals, what your cash flow is, what your risk tolerance is, what your interest rate is, where the money is going to come from if you do want to pay it off. Those are all things that need to be considered. right? It can impact people both financially, but also from a lifestyle standpoint. So it's something that's worth careful consideration and evaluation. Yo, these are based on real life scenarios, right? People that give us information and tell us they've got some questions. So we appreciate it. Again, make sure to comment, like the video, subscribe, send us in other things you've got questions or concerns about. And we're here. We can help answer questions. Our team does a great job. We want you to live more, leave your mark. And if it makes sense, you can contact us and we'll help create your total retirement game plan. Enjoy the day. We're glad you're on here, that you're watching. Make sure you subscribe, share our content, and we hope you guys have a good one.